The Cecil Hotel stood tall and imposing on Los Angeles' skyline. Its facade was once grand, now faded and forlorn. The Cecil was a place with a troubled soul, a history etched in shadow. Built in the 1920s, it was meant to be a luxurious destination. Instead, it became a magnet for misfortune. Over the decades, the Cecil Hotel witnessed suicides, overdoses, and unsolved murders. Its dark corridors seemed to whisper tales of desperation and despair. Guests checked in but never checked out. Lives were taken and souls seemed lost within its walls. The Cecil Hotel was a place where shadows lingered, and secrets refused to stay buried. The hotel's eerie reputation only seemed to draw in those on the fringes of society, people with troubled pasts, running from something, or seeking anonymity in the city's underbelly. The air itself within the Cecil felt heavy, weighed down by unseen burdens and the echoes of tragedies past. Elisa Lam, a 21-year-old student from Canada, seemed an unlikely guest at the Cecil. She was bright, loved to travel, and documented her adventures on her blog. In January 2013, Elisa embarked on a solo trip across the West Coast. Los Angeles was one stop on her itinerary. She was excited to explore the city of dreams. She checked into the Cecil Hotel, perhaps unaware of its sinister reputation. Perhaps she was drawn in by its affordability, its location in the heart of the city. Whatever her reasons, Elisa Lam had stepped into a nightmare disguised as a budget-friendly hotel. Her family last heard from her on January 31st. She was supposed to check out and continue her journey. But Elisa Lam never left the Cecil Hotel. On February 19, 2013, the LAPD released a chilling piece of evidence. It was surveillance footage from one of the Cecil Hotel's elevators. The timestamp indicated February 1st, the day Elisa Lam disappeared. The grainy footage showed Elisa entering the elevator alone. She was acting strangely. Elisa pressed multiple buttons, but the elevator didn't move. She stepped in and out of the elevator, looking down the hallway as if someone were there. Her movements were erratic, almost dance-like. Then she stepped out of the elevator and into the hallway, disappearing from view. The elevator doors finally closed, but Elisa Lam was never seen alive again. The footage quickly went viral. People around the world were captivated and disturbed by Elisa's bizarre behavior. What had she seen in the hallway? Was she hiding from someone? Or was something more sinister at play? For weeks, Elisa Lam's disappearance baffled investigators. They searched the hotel multiple times but found no trace of her. Guests began to complain about the water pressure and a strange taste. Then on February 19, 2013, a hotel worker made a horrifying discovery. Elisa Lam's body was found inside one of the hotel's rooftop water tanks. The news sent shockwaves through Los Angeles and beyond. How did Elisa Lam end up in a locked water tank on the roof of the Cecil Hotel? The tank was 4 feet high and the lid weighed over 100 pounds. It seemed impossible for her to have gotten in there alone. The discovery of Elisa's body only deepened the mystery surrounding her death. The questions outweighed the answers. It seemed the Cecil Hotel had claimed another victim, its dark legacy growing ever stronger. The investigation into Elisa Lam's death was complex and frustrating. The autopsy revealed no signs of foul play, ruling her death an accidental drowning. But how did she even get onto the roof? The door was alarmed and there was no evidence of forced entry. The water tank itself presented another obstacle. It was nearly impossible for someone to climb into without assistance. The hatch was heavy, and the tank itself was tall and narrow. The more investigators looked into it, the less sense it all made. Surveillance footage showed no one else entering or leaving the rooftop during the time Elisa vanished. It was as if she had simply vanished into thin air, only to reappear in the most unlikely of places. The circumstances surrounding her death defied logic and fueled speculation. In the absence of concrete answers, theories about Elisa Lam's death ran rampant. Some speculated foul play. Had someone snuck onto the roof and disposed of her body in the tank? Others whispered about the hotel's dark past. Perhaps the Cecil was truly cursed, a place where evil resided and claimed innocent lives. Some theories focused on Elisa's mental state. Her behavior in the elevator footage was undeniably strange. Had she been experiencing a psychotic episode? Could she have climbed into the tank during a moment of delusion? The internet became a breeding ground for speculation. Amateur sleuths pored over the details of the case, searching for clues. Some pointed to the similarities between Elisa's death and the plot of the horror film Dark Water. Others drew connections to the case of the LA Night Stalker, who had reportedly stayed at the Cecil Hotel decades earlier. While each theory offered a possible explanation, none could fully account for the strange circumstances of Elisa Lam's death. The truth, it seemed, remained elusive, lost somewhere in the shadows of the Cecil Hotel. Years have passed since Elisa Lam's tragic death, but her story continues to fascinate and haunt. The Cecil Hotel, now rebranded as Stay on Main, still stands as a chilling reminder of the case. Tourists and true crime enthusiasts alike are drawn to its doors, hoping to catch a glimpse of the darkness that seems to permeate its walls. Elisa Lam's case remains officially unsolved. The Los Angeles coroner's office ruled her death an accidental drowning, but many questions remain unanswered. How did she get onto the roof? Why was she acting so strangely in the elevator? And how did she end up in a locked water tank? The mystery of Elisa Lam's death is a chilling reminder that some secrets refuse to be revealed. It is a story about the fragility of life, the darkness that can lurk in plain sight, and the enduring power of the unknown. And as long as the Cecil Hotel stands, so too will the shadow of Elisa Lam's unsolved case.